2 years ago, Tom couldn't even run 5k comfortably. Now he's lining up to the start of his first ever half marathon, which we're going to go and check out in Bath. And what makes the journey really interesting is that halfway through, he got injured. Probably not a reason you expect. So in this video, I'm going to show you and talk you through the 5 steps that we've done to get Tom to this point right now. The first step, funnily enough, doesn't actually have much or anything to do with running. So what we did with Tom was we took him through what I call the goal stack, where we get clear on what is the North Star. So the why, the reason for wanting to run, to make changes to his body and health. And then from there, we can filter down to yearly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and then the daily actionable and weekly actionable steps to be able to get him there. And so we did that, and we set a number of sessions to do per week across running and gym work. We set some nutrition targets for him to be able to drop weight initially. And a big part of it is also figuring out what are the challenges that may come up. And so we can either eliminate those happening, we can mitigate the chance of it happening, or if and when it does happen, we can overcome it. And funnily enough, something did happen. And what we did next was actually less about running again. We focused not so much on running and running volume, but more on dropping an initial amount of weight. Not in an extreme way, just tightening up Tom's nutrition and training so that he could move well and feel more comfortable when he was running. Because here's the reality, if you're carrying extra weight, every step when you run is basically like doing a single leg hop with that load. And over thousands and thousands of steps, that adds up and increases your risk of injury. So we dialed in his nutrition, his strength training, and got him consistently running once a week, keeping it easy, not worried about pace. And just as things were really going well and he was about to do his first 10k, we hit a pretty big setback. Tom was celebrating a night out with mates in London, and some twat, some knobhead, hit Tom with his car. And Tom broke his ankle, essentially, which set him back a quite substantial amount because he had to offload it for 6 weeks. He had to wait until the bone was healed to then start loading the ankle, rebuilding range of motion and strength in the tissues. And so running got put massively on hold for a while. So instead of doing nothing, where a lot of people quit or get fed up, we kept working. We rehabbed the ankle. We swapped out runs for cardio on the bike to keep that aerobic base at a decent level, which then set us up perfectly for step number 4, building to 10k. Good milestone on the journey to hitting the half marathon. So he signed up for the Swansea, which was a year after the initial one that he was meant to do, Swansea 10k. This time having a rebuilt ankle, rebuilt strength, and we slowly rebuilt the running mileage. So we popped in 2 runs per week as opposed to the bike. Slowly built to 2 runs. Initially it was a run and a bike, and then eventually got 2 runs, 1 easy, because when you're more new to running and generally building your fitness, we don't really have to worry about heart rate, paces, all that jazz. We can just go by easy, medium, hard. So we did 1 easy, and then 1 we built towards some hard intervals. 2 reasons. 1, to get more mileage across the week, and 2, to help build his body's tolerance to more impact. And also, the hard intervals help push your VO2 max. And once Tom knew he could do the 10K, the next logical step was to slowly build him up towards half a marathon. And it was actually his mate who made him sign up for the Bath Half, which is sometimes amazing because what that helped him do was A, commit to something, and B, even if he didn't back or believe he could do it at the time, he'd signed up for it. And then got my help to get him towards the end goal. So he was still hitting the gym 3 times per week and running twice. And we built that up over a 12-week block. About 6 weeks in, when the half was the big main goal, other than the gym-based stuff that he was doing, we then flipped the switch. So instead of doing 3 gyms, 2 runs, we flipped that. He started running 3 times and training twice in the gym with full body sessions. So we still kept one longer, easier run in there, one harder interval type of session where we slowly built the mileage up, slowly extended those interval times. And then depending on how Tom was feeling, every 3 weeks we had a little deload. So say the long run, week 1 was 12K, week 2, 13 or 14, week 3, 15 or 16. We then on week 4 dropped that 3 or 4K, so back down to 10 to 12. And then week 5 bumped back up to 16, 17. And we kept doing that until the half, which he's just hit today, and absolutely smashed it. So you might be thinking, how did he do? What time did he get? Well, have a little look. Absolutely smashed it and enjoyed a nice, well-deserved first drink of the year. And it's March. Nice pint of Guinness. And if you're someone who is thinking about running your first 10 half marathon whilst wanting to stay in the gym and build strength, lean muscle, then feel free to follow the framework and the steps that I just spoke about. And if you want something more detailed, just reach out to me and I can help you put together a specific plan to getting you to where you want to be and smashing those runs. Other than that, peace out.